Okay, so I'm back here today with another video. This one's on the Firefly guitar that I reviewed. And yeah, I'm basically going to be making some changes to it, doing some mods to it, and then also just going through and kind of finishing the cleanup, which wasn't done when it was sent over, which is, you know, stuff that's fine. I kind of think it's cool to get to clean it anyway because it's my guitar and I enjoy doing this stuff. But things I'll be doing in this video are replacing these humbuckers, fixing the grounding issue. Whenever I touch this, it quiets down. I'm getting a whole new ensemble here with rolling pins to help with intonation because I can't intonate this any further. And then I'm also going to be putting in some split coils here, and hopefully, I don't know which one I want to be but I want to put like a kill pot so I can push down on this and it kills the volume rather than installing a button, because I want this to look stock, but I want it to have so many cool options. So yeah, I'll be going through and doing that in this video, and I hope you enjoy. Here we have a better view of the electronics cavity. I wasn't expecting full-size pots. I don't like them. I'm going to replace them. They tend to just turn down the volume like in the last little bit of turning off the pot. So I'm going to replace them all because I don't like the way that they function and work. But it's also interesting to note that they have there's no shielding in here. And I kind of thought that, especially with all the grounding noise. So I'm going to go through and put some copper tape shielding in place. These are B500Ks, in case you're wondering. And this is an A500K. That's interesting. B for bridge. And then it's a pretty clean route. I'll show you in a second. There you go, in for neck. Black cable. All right. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Yeah, so here's the route going through. Pretty clean. Pretty darn clean, honestly. So, yeah. I'll be putting those Seymours in. Go from there. And before I put them in, I thought I'd just show the Seymour Duncan bottoms. I love how it says Nazgul. Looks like 202000713. So maybe these were made in 2017, July 13th. I mean 2020. Wow, 2020, July 13th. So kind of cool. Here's what it looks like. Seymour Duncan on. I don't love it seeing the Seymour Duncan, ironically. I think I'm going to put the black metal pieces back on here. But I want to see what it sounds like before I do that and see if it really changes the tone. Oh wow. Look, something to note. These are actually 4 or 5 wire. And they all say 4 wire, but there's 5 because of ground. But anyway, it has extra wires in there, so you could actually split this coil. That's actually pretty sweet and worth keeping. But I really want to try these Duncans out, you know what I mean? Cavity number 1 done, and on to the next one. after showing you that little trick of the screw in there to pull these out, lastly, I had to, the old one was sanded down, so I sanded down this one to make contact with that wire you saw. But the difference is, and I think this was our problem, is that that screw was still coated all the way down. I took sandpaper and I rubbed it on the ends of these threads here, just a tiny bit to remove that paint, to make contact, because the inside metal is gone. So I did that with the outside here, and hopefully this fixes our grounding issue on the new bridge. But we'll see. Alright, so I have this all set up, roughly intonated. We'll see how well it goes. I might try to adjust it just a little bit more before I put it on there, but we'll see how this goes. I know I have some different adjustments I can make, but I thought I'd explain this. So it has 2 holes, and you can change where the screw is to set these points of intonation. It didn't come out of the box perfect. It had like a weird setup for intonation on it, so I had to completely change it over to the way it looks now. And then some of these rollers here I actually didn't roll, so I took a tool, which I didn't show you last time, but I took this tool here and I put it in here, and I just squeezed to separate it out just enough to like let these rollers not be squished by the metal on each side. But yeah, it's a pretty cool set of pliers. I got it for like $5 at Harbor Freight, and you can set it to this side to open, and if I have it to this side, then it's open, and then it closes whenever I crush it by pulling these together. But anyway, that's enough about this. Yeah, let's keep moving. Since this has the ground here, I'm going to do a little bit more sanding to take off parts where this is going to contact. So that way, oh, look at this awful blemish on this thing. Jeez. I'm tempted to use the old one, but the old one isn't set up either. So I'm going to take off the paint on the inside and maybe around this post here for part of it, just to make sure that it makes good contact. Okay, so we're finally able to get into this. I finally have the shadow kill pot that was taking forever to get. There was a lot of complications with who I bought it from, so I had to change that and all this stuff. So not fun, but hopefully now I can get all this wired up. I also got covers that I might try out. I bought these from Do Pro, Kaish Music. But yeah, the weird thing about it is I bought them in the same, they came in the same packaging, but look. Anyway, it's also kind of funny is that, now you can't really see it now, but there is like factory fingerprint smudge. There you go, from there. So yeah, not the greatest quality, but they were like less than $10. And I just wanted to see if I liked it. I'm not gonna put them on first. I'm gonna see how I feel about the guitar without the covers, then we'll go from there. Okay, just a little bit of an update. I switched out this pot here for a normal pot. So we're going to see how well that one works. I had to shorten the post of this with the nut that's included, because it was too tall. And then I kind of re-shored up the grounding wiring going throughout the whole guitar. So hopefully that fixes the grounding bugs that we have. And yeah, I'm just gonna put the plate back on and get going. One last update here for you. I have the guitar back together now with these. Cool stuff. Anyway, so I have it all back together and I'm working on it. And I still get a little bit of buzz, but it no longer goes away when I touch the electronics or this. Oh, it's like barely there, honestly. It's like such a small amount, and it's only whenever I touch the string, so I might not worry about it. But if I do, the only other thought I could be thinking of is that the this piece here needs to be shaved off the paint so that when the strings touch it, it can ground properly. But anyway, I'm gonna get to cleaning this guitar. I'm gonna tune it up, intonate it, and then I'm gonna clean it, clean the fretboard, like oil it up and stuff like that because it's super dry. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so just showing you a little bit of what I've been dealing with intonating this guitar. It has two different sets of Allen keys now with this new bridge I put in here, roller style bridge. It's not a super name brand. It's like one of the cheap knockoff Amazon brands, but I thought I'd give it a shot because I want to intonate this for drop C. But I have two different size Allen keys here. The smaller one goes in the side, and as you can kind of see here, the set screw is in the middle. You like lock these side Allen keys down to the post in the middle. Same thing with this one here, except I took this Allen key out in front so I could just have more of an angle to get more intonation and try to get this thing properly intonated. I also have I have these set back as far as I thought they could go. I thought I could maybe use this hole that's in these right here, but because of these blocks are a little bit bigger on one side, they did that so you couldn't do it. But I'd love to have it off the block just a little bit for better intonation, but it's cool. So I just have to push this aside, use the bigger key. I have to push the string aside, pull it down, get the key in there, adjust, and then I push it back with the key, and then I tighten it back, and then put the string back in place, tune again. It's not as easy as using a screwdriver on the side, like how a normal Les Paul style bridge is, like the Tune-O-Matic ones, but it'll work. So yeah. Okay, so actually the frets aren't level. It's like, but basically every other one. So that's kind of annoying. They're not huge. It's like a tiny bit of rocking, but it's enough to be annoying. And if I wanted really low action on this guitar, I'd try to fix it. But honestly, I think I just want to polish this up. These are stainless steel frets, and I'm used to working with the nickel frets. So I want to just try polishing these first and doing the fretboard and kind of going from there rather than a whole fixer-upper level because it's not terrible. I've been playing it just fine these past few days. So yeah, I'm just going to try to polish these up and go from there. The only thing that stinks is that right there. Right there. I think I actually like it. With the pick guard more. It's almost like too much without it. But who knows? I might change my mind on that. Okay, so I'm done working on this guitar, and yeah, I have some kind of recap here, and I'll play you guys a sound test at the end between the old and new, so you can hear the difference between the Seymour Duncans really and the stock pickups. Yeah, so all in all, I am happy with how this turned out. I do like, honestly, the best thing I did was the modification to split the coils for both of them. So neck, splitting the neck, splitting the bridge individually, and then this push to kill. This push to kill sound. I think this is like such a cool modification. Like, how stinking cool. You don't have to do any permanent modifications to your guitar. Like, you don't have to drill a hole there for to be a button forever. I think that's like very, very cool. And it's fun. The roller bridge, I thought was going to be better than it was. It could potentially be this hardware. The biggest reason why I say that is I just couldn't get it fully intonated to drop C, which was kind of a bummer. I was really hoping this would be able to do that. It got close, and then with the thicker strings on, like I showed, it definitely feels a lot better in terms of playability. But I just wish maybe like this post potentially is a little too far that way. Although you can see it's, you know, kind of got that little slant there. But yeah, pretty cool. I like the roller mechanism. It seems really nice. It looks good on the guitar, honestly. But wish I could get it perfectly intonated. But anyway, I might do some fiddling, see if I can get it there, but I don't think I can. At least with this current hardware. Lastly, yeah, the Seymour Duncans. I do like the way it looks. It looks very metal with that compared to the shiny humbucker covers. But I did buy some for this in case I wanted to put them over top of the Seymour Duncans. But I'm going to leave them like this for now and enjoy playing this. And yeah, I would say like the biggest improvements to this guitar that I did, surprisingly, wasn't the pickups, wasn't the Seymour Duncans. It was going through and polishing up my frets so they play like really nice now. They're not scratchy, they're really slick and smooth. And then cleaning and rehydrating my fretboard was like the best thing for it. And there was also, ironically, on the pearl inlays, there was like parts where you could see stain. And once I cleaned the fretboard, I removed pretty much all of that. So it really looks better too. So I'd say, to elaborate on my review, if you just wanted to get this guitar, and like I said, it's a great modding platform. But if you're a beginner, just like take it to someone who can shine the frets and the fretboard, and it's a playable guitar. I tried to get the buzz out of it, and I got it pretty good out of the bridge. And the neck still has it, but it goes away when I touch the string. So I showed you guys how I sanded that down to kind of make better contact. I don't know 100%, like potentially I just got to get this, like go in here and clean the paint off that's touching the string so the string's ground properly. But yeah, it's not a huge problem, to be honest. It's only on the highest gain setting that I have. I don't really hear it on my clean settings. So yeah, that is this guitar in a whole. I'll play you guys the sound bites here, or the sound bites, the sound demos that I did for the old and new. So let you guys have a listen and see what you think. If you like the old, the stock pickups, or the Seymour Duncans, let me know in the comments down below. I'm actually interested to see what you guys think. So thanks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day. Okay, so thought I'd give some final thoughts on this. Now, since it's been a while, I've had it for about a month, a little over a month now, I guess. Been playing it with these modifications and stuff. And honestly, I've really been enjoying this guitar. It's been a really fun metal machine to use. The modifications and stuff I did have been great. I think I spent under $200 on modifications. So I got these Seymour Duncans for $100 from someone off Facebook Marketplace. I got this was about 20 something. I'll put the price on the screen, the actual price. The kill pot was, the shadow kill pot was I think 30, and then I had some of these push pull pots lying around, but those are normally like not too expensive. I didn't go the super expensive and fancy route with CTS or anything. I did kind of a cheaper brand, but it was great, and that was all I had to do to this guitar. And some people were like, in my last video I posted on the review of this, they were like, well, why didn't you just get a more expensive guitar, pay some more money? And honestly, like, for how well this plays, and all that stuff, and I enjoy modding this guitar, I don't regret this at all. Like, I would do this again, and it's mostly because I'm the kind of audience, or the consumer, whatever, for this guitar. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. This is really fun. And to kind of like mention what I talked about in the last video, I would recommend this to a beginner if I was there to go alongside of them and be like, yeah, do these things with it and I'll help you. Probably wouldn't recommend it to a beginner if you don't live near me or aren't willing to take it to someone to get it kind of like a one over kind of a deal. But I have more videos about intonation stuff, stuff coming up to help you with your playing, you with your fixing guitars and whatnot, soon. So stay tuned for that, and I'm just excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have some cool music coming out here soon, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. See you on the next video.